Hey Lisa, thanks for creating the parameters. I've incorporated it and added it to the GitHub, so it's already in the Bybit API. So we have everything we need. Our next task is actually have you make the API calls on creating this part that's not working and also this part that's not working. Okay. Why don't you go over to creating a new account? Use my API link. I'll put in, my affiliate link for Bybit. I'll put in the link below so you can create it, and then I'll send you some Bitcoins to play with. Okay. Just start with one contract. All you need is just to kind of enter one contract to make it work, and then just go over that. And I think I'll apply. Yeah, create with the support at admin email, and just kind of go with that. So then I have access to the coins later on. Okay. So how are we going to do this? So we're gonna go over to delete all active orders. This might be the easiest one. We're just gonna pull out our current active order, and then we're going to then clean it up basically. So the command we're gonna be using is, let's see here, it'll be cancel active order. Okay, so we're gonna be using this command. We name it, pull this command out. We need the order ID and then the symbol of that. So it'll go and find that current active order. Actually, no. I wanted to close it. Active order. 1 second. Positions. I want to cancel active order. Yeah, okay. You're right. I'm right. Cancel active order. Okay, so I'm doing a demonstration real quick, okay? Let me go ahead and enter my API key. Now my API key is restricted to my IP address, so you can't access it unless you're on the VPS. And this VPS I'm using is basically my personal computer now, so I'm not going to give you access to that because I have all my personal stuff in there. So let me show you this. I'm going to go ahead and copy my secret key into this. And then once you set up your side, it'll work for you, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and log into Bybit right now. So I'm in right now. I'm gonna split it. Windows left. No, I want to do it. Okay. And then I'll split it here. Okay. So you also need to select your time zone because it's dependent on your time zone. Okay, make sure that's saved. I'm gonna go ahead and load my account profile so I have the correct one. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and select my name now. And everything's good to go. Alright, so now I'm going to do a buy order. Alright, whatever. Let me just there you go. Okay, cool. I can't see. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it on my side. Alright, so once I hit this buy order, it should place 2 orders based my contract at 9,900 and below. It's tanking, so I actually don't want to get in, but whatever. Alright, so now it placed those 2 orders, right? So it's working. Check out the API calls on this button here. It's on the UI. and then you'll be able to kind of see what it's doing there. So basically, we need to get those IDs. When we call it, somehow we need to either store it or be able to pull them out somehow, right? So in order to get that, we need to use their commands to find out our current open position somehow. So we need to make a call, and we need to find get the trade records of a order. Place active order. We already placed it, but we don't have the order IDs that was returned because I need to save it. But how do I go back in and reach it? So my current positions. It's kind of limited right now. Looks like so we're gonna have to store the ID somehow. And I'm gonna have to have you figure that one out too. We need to store this because once we create it, the IDs gets created, but then we don't have a record of it to use. Okay, so we might need to display it or store it or save it somewhere so that we can see the current active orders. Because after we do it, it's gone. Now I need to think of an approach. If you can think of an approach, great. But maybe we could have here a little box that if we create a log, we kind of make a table, say, hey, active orders created, and we kind of put it there. We could save it, store it, so that we have a record of all our active orders. Okay. We're gonna have to maybe create a table. We could probably create another tab or something, or we could kind of pull it in there. So on the U strap, there's a little thing here. We might need to pull in a table field here. Okay. And it looks like I need to, when I hit that button, I need to then put in here order ID. Something like that. I don't know, this might be too advanced for you to do. I'll work on it alongside with you. If you can kind of like figure out how to do, learn about the tables, do it, and then, if things get messed up, I'll just jump right in, fix it, and then we'll just kind of move along. At least, do what you can, do your best. And the whole idea is just for you to learn. I don't expect you to do it. I'm going to go ahead and create a panel. And I'm just going to put active order records or something like that. I don't know. And I'll drag this table in there. So now it's, I think it's in there. It's small enough to fit. Okay, now it's in. Something like that. So see if you can get Ustrap installed. If not, I will probably do it myself and get this in there and upload it. And then I'll set up the tables so that we have all the order IDs, and then we'll be able to save. Whenever I create this, I can pull those out and populate the order records that we have. Then I will pull those order IDs back out, and then once the order IDs are pulled back out, we can then delete all active orders, and basically it's gonna go through that list and pull out all the IDs and the contract types, which I'll also store. It's optional, and then we can go then loop through and cancel it. So what you could do is just make this call here, set it up so that it has parameters and the encryption, okay, and then kind of create that function in the Bybit API here. So you can do that part. I'll do the UI part. If you can figure out the tables, by all means, try adding it yourself and pulling it out. Okay, so we're gonna create a define that says Bybit API cancel whatever, and then go in and try to figure that out. Okay, now I have most of the signatures already done. You just kind of have to follow it and track it and kind of see how it's put together. It's kind of also mixed in with the API stuff here, because the timestamp's a little different, but they're generic. The timestamp is relevant. We have the encryption, how it's encrypted, and I think this is a Bybit encryption, but no, I think it's a normal encryption. It's generic, so it can be used anywhere. Sort alphabetical orders. This just basically puts it together so that the signature will be called accordingly. Okay, sorted, called parameter variable. So this is all generic too. Okay, and it gets put into the command here. Oh, this is blank. I should probably delete that. I think, yeah, some of this is being used, some of this aren't. If they're not, I probably should be deleting it so that we don't get confused with something else. Okay, so I'm going to save that and pushing that up. Okay, so just kind of study it. I will probably do this next, and then I'll probably create my own branch too, so that once I get yours, I will kind of incorporate in together, or I could work on your branch. I don't know if there's issues working on the same branch together. It might be, so, but yeah, okay. Alright, I don't know, my camera's working now, but anyways, I just woke up. So that's the plan. We're going to be recapping again, is to get this functionality for canceling orders. So create a define that we would put in all the order IDs in. It'll loop through all the order IDs, and then execute the HTTP command and set up the URL with the parameters plus the authentication, and then test it. Okay. Now once you create your account, you see if you can create the rungs. If you can create the rungs, then that means it's working on your side. And then if it is working, then you can actually make a manual call with Ubot to kind of test it and see if actually you can open it and then close your stuff. Okay, so let me close these this stuff here before I actually buy something. Alright, anyways, I'll just figure this out later, and thanks.